I'm back. I'm still on vacation, but I am working for you all because I love ya. And there's so much to talk about. Hello, my fam. Thank you for joining me. I'm going to guess that most of you will watch the replay, but if any of my members pop in during the live stream, I'm so happy to have you. Tomorrow, we are doing this at the same time at 10:30 Eastern, 7:30 Pacific. And then Wednesday, we are back to our regularly scheduled time, which is 7:30 p.m. Eastern, 4:30 Pacific. A lot to talk about today. Coachella, Gypsy Rose Blanchard, Mariah Carey, Justin Bieber, The Golden Bachelor, and more. But first, let me. Well, maybe I won't. Hey there. I'm trying to think if I'm going to. I normally have the live stream be just members, but I'm not doing this at my normal time. So maybe today I'll do it at until some members show up. There we go. Until some of my members show up, I'll just let the comments section be open for everybody because I'm doing it at a different time. But if you all could please consider becoming members of my YouTube channel, I would greatly appreciate that. All right. A lot of Coachella to talk about. I was not there. Were you? But you know who was there? Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. And they just went for the day. They were just there Saturday. And I wonder why that was. I mean, maybe because when you're such a big star as Taylor Swift, it's maybe not that enjoyable to be at Coachella because it's harder to control the environment. I can't even imagine all of the logistics that it must take to move Taylor Swift around during the festival. Thank you, Caro. Like, how many security guards did she take? And, there's probably some that are like dressed incognito, and then some you want them to know that they're a security person. She was there with Travis Kelce, as I mentioned, and he was wearing sunglasses at night. There's two possible reasons for that. Taylor Swift was not wearing sunglasses at night. My astute hypothesis is that Travis Kelce either thinks his ish don't stink, he drank the Kool-Aid, or he was just high. He was high. I don't know what, like he, was, let's not get ahead of ourselves, everybody. I will talk everything Coachella. Let's keep the comments section to what we're talking about at the moment. I will get to everything, okay? Yeah, I guess, I don't know. Do they test, like, what's the NFL's policy on everything? Oh, it's all good, bad girl. I'm just like, I don't like spoilers. I got everything. I got you. What's the NFL's policy on weed? What's the NFL's policy on MDMA or Molly? Or I don't know. I'm not saying that's what Travis Kelce was doing, but do they test year round? Do they test only during football season? I'm so curious. Overall, though, I'm a little disappointed with Coachella this year. They had some big headliners, but outside of like the big artists, like Coachella used to be known, hey Steven, for having a really full lineup of big stars and mid-level talent as well, and up and comers. And I feel like this year it was just the big stars. Hey Kaylee, the big stars and the up and comers, and a lot of the mid talent wasn't there. But there were some really cool moments, like the No Doubt reunion. I was home Saturday night and I watched that in full, and I was a little concerned at first. Did any of you guys watch the No Doubt set? At first, it felt like they were a little bit rusty, maybe even giving me some cringe vibes. I don't know why, but it felt a little bit cringe. However, after maybe a few songs, like after they got into the groove of things, oh, I don't know, Caro. I don't know. The NFL policy in the off season, they've still got to abide by the rules. You know, he's still a professional athlete. Yeah, Penny, it was a little bit cringe, but after a while, I really liked it. And I think they just like maybe were nervous. They, you know, they were back in the swing of things, even though they'd been rehearsing for several weeks. And yes, Natalie, there was some tension with Gwen and her bandmates. None of her bandmates went to her wedding with Blake Shelton. And they've been wanting to tour and do shows for a long time, and she did not want to. Coachella was their first performance in 9 years together. You know, they see everybody else, like Blink 182, performing in stadiums. Who would have thought Blink 182 would be a stadium act? Not me. They're not. But you know, the power of nostalgia. If No Doubt reunited, they could do stadiums as well. And those guys, they don't need the money, but it helps, you know? Like once you've got a lot of money, you want more money, you know what I mean? Olivia Rodrigo came out during the No Doubt set. Hey Ash, how are you? Yay! One of my members is here. I'm doing it at a different time than normal today and tomorrow because I'm still on vacation, but you know, a boy's got to work and I love you all. Should I switch the chat to members only, or can I leave it open for today and tomorrow, or just today? I don't know. I'll let you decide since you're the only member in the chat today. And I'll continue talking until then. It's interesting because I watched the No Doubt. Just leave it for today. All right, Ash. Y'all heard Ash. Okay, I was watching the No Doubt. Hey, D. McDonald. I was watching the No Doubt performance on YouTube, and most people watching the YouTube live stream were more excited for Olivia Rodrigo than they were for No Doubt. Hey, Eleanor, the subscription here is $5, and it's just a different experience. You know, the Patreon is me and Booker, and it's that show. YouTube is live, and it's me solo. So you don't get me live on Patreon. It's whatever you want, you know. The Patreon deal is you get an exclusive show per week from the podcast, so a bonus episode a week. And the YouTube membership is me every single weekday, normally, by myself and live. So that's, I would say, is the biggest difference. Anyways, it was very interesting that most people on YouTube were more excited for Olivia Rodrigo. And I would say it was smart and strategic of No Doubt to bring her out because, you know, she is really big. And hey, Simi. she's really big and has a huge fan base of this younger generation who weren't alive when No Doubt was popular. No Doubt was most popular in the 90s and early 2000s, and that's over 20 years ago. Like 18-year-olds are probably not very, hey Calypso Kins, everybody's here. Yay. I've let everybody in the chat today since I'm not doing it at the normal time. But if you guys want, I could make them the chat member only. So I'll keep talking till you let me know. Anyways, there was so much more to talk about from Coachella. Overall, loved No Doubt. A lot of people on social media did not care for the Lana Del Rey headline set. And I can understand. It's not high energy what she did, but they knew that before when they booked her, Lana Del Rey is not a high energy act. She doesn't have bops. And watching it from home, I thought it was great. I loved the Billie Eilish and Lana moment, and especially that it was more than just one song. Hey, Lily, I love that they did two songs together. They did Ocean Eyes and Video Games. Ocean Eyes was the Billie Eilish song. Video Games was the Lana song. But yeah, she's not a hype artist, but she looked pretty. She sounded pretty. And no complaints. I would have not gone to watch her set if I was there in person. I did not watch Doja Cat in full last night because I went to bed early. I was exhausted from all my vacationing. But I saw some clips of Doja Cat and I liked it. I don't understand. A lot of people did not like the Doja Cat from I did my research before coming on live today. Did any of you watch the Doja Cat live stream or in person? Do you have any thoughts? I saw that she had some outfit changes. She put some energy into it. She tried. She was live. I thought that was cool. She's not one of my favorite artists. I hate her attitude. I don't like the way that I don't like her relationship with her fans or the audience, but hey, whatever. She does have some bops. So that was cool. Another cool moment was Will Smith surprising people yesterday during J Balvin's set, and he did the Men in Black song. And I've got to give him credit. He sounded great. He sang 100% live, or lips, or he rapped 100% live, which sometimes rappers don't do that. Like rappers will perform over a track and lip rap or just you can barely hear them. And he was amazing. He was awesome. I mean, I don't really care about Will Smith, but I'm not gonna we need to punish him for the mistake at the Oscars. Let people move on. Let people grow. You know, I still have a lot of people that are upset with me over things from my past, so I give others the opportunity to grow and make amends and be better and do better. So cool on you, Will Smith. On the flip side, it pains me to say this, Shakira made a surprise appearance at Coachella. And remember what I said a minute ago about rappers lip rapping? Well, Shakira didn't lip sync, but her backing track was so loud You could barely hear her live vocals. Yeah, I get it. It wasn't her set. Shakira showed up as a surprise guest during Bisa Rap's set. But still, like get your sound together. If Will Smith can sound amazing, why can't Shakira? Calypso and Ash, so happy to have you here. A reminder, tomorrow is the last day that I'm doing this early, and then on Wednesday, back to our regularly scheduled time. Nelly Furtado also made a surprise appearance at Coachella. She popped up during Dame Dolla's set, and poor Nelly, I wonder if I can find the video for you. She fell on stage. Actually, no. Ugh. I don't want to have another repeat. I don't want to have another. Last week, when I was reacting live to the new JoJo Siwa music video, YouTube flagged that, even though I didn't have the sound on. So, Dom Dollar, not Dame Dollar. Yeah, sorry, Dom Dollar. Yeah, I can't show you the clip, but anyways, Nelly Furtado fell during her set, surprise, but she got right back up and she kept singing live, so good on her. Also, Justin Bieber made a surprise appearance at Coachella, performing last night during this artist that I was not familiar with. Let me look up her name. Trems, I think is her. Thames. Thames is the name of the singer that was performing. And am I the only one that doesn't... He did not look well. Did you guys watch? It sucks that I can't show you the clips, but he looked sick. A reminder, Justin Bieber is sick. He has a chronic illness. He has Lyme disease, right? Let me make sure. Justin Bieber, Lyme disease. Yes. Justin Bieber has Lyme disease, and I don't really know much about Lyme disease. Like, what are some of the symptoms of Lyme disease? Like, what does it make you do? Oh, wow. He's got more stuff, too. Ramsey Hunt? Oh, he had that also. Yeah, Ramsey Hunt. Oh, yeah. That was the facial, like, paralysis thing that he had for a while. Thankfully, he got better from that. But, yeah. I'm not too familiar with Lyme disease, but I know that it's treatable. Anyways, he was there with his wife, Hailey Bieber, so all of those rumors that they're splitting, not exactly true, so happy about that. Also, Kesha made a surprise appearance yesterday at Coachella during Renee Rapp's set, and she switched up the lyrics to TikTok, something along the lines of, "Wake up in the morning yelling FP Diddy." So they basically said FP Diddy, FUCK Diddy. It was a highlight. It was a highlight. I thoroughly enjoyed it. That song's always a bop. It stands the test of time. And Kesha looks great. Really happy to see her having fun and performing. She should do Coachella next year. I think her little surprise was very well received. In more music-related news, surprise, Taylor Swift's music is back on TikTok. She's the only Universal Music artist back on TikTok. If I was Ariana Grande, I'd be pissed because her music is not back on TikTok, but Taylor Swift was able to somehow work a deal where she can be back on TikTok. The power of Taylor Swift. Yes, Universal is still fighting with TikTok, and Taylor Swift somehow was able to circumvent that. Some TV news. If you missed the memo, Netflix has announced 2 new shows. I would love that, Ash, but it's not happening. Netflix has announced 2 new shows with Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. And I think I told you about this prior to the official announcement. One of the shows is an unscripted, not reality show, but a series that will, quote, celebrate the joys of cooking, gardening, entertaining, and friendship. So yeah, Meghan Markle is going to get her Martha Stewart on. And the other show is a reality series about the world of professional polo. And a lot of people don't like them, but I think it's really smart because they're going to make a lot of money from these 2 shows. And Netflix has a way of making the shows that they want successful. If they feature it on all of their pages, they'll get curiosity gawkers, and it's like, I think the Netflix metric is, households watched at least 1 minute of this, right? So, you just have to watch a minute of it for it to count. Hi, Lux. I go live every weekday. So you could check some of my previous live streams on here if you missed them. I've been doing this since February, so over 2 months now. Yeah, Netflix does not release their ratings publicly, like the Nielsen numbers. So they could lie also. Like, they don't have to be honest. But like I said, if they feature the show enough, people will just click on it and watch for like a minute. Danielle, wonderful birthday trip with Mia here in Los Angeles, still going on. All right, more, yes, it's 7:54 a.m. More TV-related news. The Golden Bachelor, Jerry, and his wife, Teresa, are getting divorced. Wah, wah. And I also told you guys about this before it happened. I'm good. Last week or the week before, I mentioned how they were not living in the same state. Teresa was living in New Jersey and Gary was living in Indiana or Idaho or somewhere really far away. And, they released this BS statement saying, Teresa and I have had a number of heart-to-heart conversations and we've looked closely at our situation, our living situation, so forth. And we've kind of come to the conclusion mutually that it's probably time for us to dissolve our marriage. Okay. You didn't know this all beforehand? It just goes to show you, hey, Ryan, that everybody it doesn't matter how old you are, the allure of celebrity, of fame, of TV is intoxicating. Jerry is in his 70s, and Teresa is in her 60s, I believe. It's like, you should know better. They did not take this seriously. They didn't even try. They've been married for 3 months. They got married sometime in January. In more couples news, I don't know if I believe this, but according to reports, Lenny Kravitz and Mariah Carey are dating. Wow. Lenny Kravitz and Mariah Carey, a couple? I could see that. I mean, or maybe they're just friends. Apparently, Lenny and Mariah have known each other for decades. He knew her before she was even famous. Like, they met in the 80s, forever ago. She's just a lot to deal with. Can you imagine, like, putting up with Mariah Carey? Like, she's perpetually late. She's always late to everything. I'd be so annoyed. She also is a night owl, like a creature of the night. What's the word? What's that term for somebody who, like, sleeps all day and is up all night? Night owl, but there's another word for it. Not insomniac, but nocturnal. Yes, that's a good one. Yeah, she's very nocturnal. And she's got young children. Are her children on the same schedule as her? Do they also stay up all night? Being nocturnal is not good for children, according to doctors. Is it even good for adults? Is being nocturnal good for adults? I think, like, we need the sun and light. But hey, you know, if Lenny Kravitz can put up with it, then good on them. I hope it lasts. All right. In other news, Gypsy Rose Blanchard has filed for a temporary restraining order against her estranged husband. And this is so interesting because before I went live on YouTube, I looked to see if there was an update because this story broke a few days ago. And no, I don't know if the restraining order has been granted, but she is asking for one because the guy is verbally abusive. But maybe there's more to it. We don't have any details on what's going on specifically with her and her husband. I hope all of these reports are not true, you know, that he was screaming at her and that she was afraid for her safety, because he's a special education teacher. He's teaching our most vulnerable youngsters. And I don't want somebody like that dealing with vulnerable children. I really hope it's not true. Yes, that would imply that Gypsy Rose is lying or exaggerating. And I could believe that she would do that. She learned from her mother about lying and exaggerating and manipulating. I'm not saying she's lying, but I'm saying it wouldn't surprise me if she is lying. Also, Gypsy Rose has debuted her new nose. She got a nose job. I can show you this. And she literally leaked the photo to TMZ. And I don't even think a paparazzo took it. It was like a friend of hers. A friend of hers took this photo. And I don't know. I need a frontal shot. It's like this side view. I guess it's what matters to her. You know, she had like a hump in her nose, so the hump is gone, the little bump. Calypso. Oh my God. But yeah, she got paid for that. I bet you anything. Like, let's leak this to TMZ and get some cash. Oops. Okay. In other couples news, from Gypsy Rose Blanchard and her husband to... Wait, what the hell? There we go. From Gypsy Rose Blanchard and her husband to Channing Tatum and his wife. Yes, Jenna Dewan and Channing Tatum have been split since 2018, but their divorce is still not finalized. She wants a big piece of that Magic Mike money. She says that she's entitled to it, and I believe she is. You know, it happened during their marriage, and she says that she helped him in many other ways as well, introducing him to choreographers and, yeah, just figure it out. She is entitled to a piece. Is it half? I don't know. She wants half, and is she entitled to half? I don't know how that works necessarily. I don't know. Actually, this is complicated. These are two separate issues. She's entitled to half of the money they made during marriage, but is she entitled to half of the intellectual property? That's a good question. I don't know. Those are two separate issues. Also, released a new song called Illusion. Such a bop. I love it. If you haven't heard it yet, check it out. And finally, super exciting for all us old people. According to reports, a reboot of Melrose Place is in the works with some of the original stars, including Heather Locklear, Laura Leighton, and Daphne Zuniga. Yay! I grew up loving Melrose Place, and you cannot do Melrose Place without Heather Locklear. And also, poor Heather Locklear has had so many health issues and life issues over the last few years. Having a job and work, and this would be so good for her. So, positive vibes to her. Thank you all for joining me. A reminder, tomorrow, doing the same time, 7:30 a.m. Eastern, Pacific, 10:30 a.m. Eastern tomorrow. And then Wednesday, back at our regular time of 7:30 p.m. Eastern, 4:30 p.m. Pacific. I go live every weekday. I'm on vacation, but I'm still working. And I love you. A big hug. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.